How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Where are you from?
I come from England.
Do you like Manchester United?
I don't like football.
Why did you come here?
I came for vacation.
Are you having fun?
Yes, I'm having a great time.
What do you like the best about here?
Well, the people are very kind.
Do you like the food?
Yes, the food is great.
Is the food too spicy for you?
No, I love spicy food. I can eat spicy food every day.
How much longer will you stay here?
I will stay 2 more days.
Then you will go home?
Yes, then I will go home.
Where do you work?
I work for a big company.
What kind of company do you work for?
I work for an import company.
Do you have a pet?
Yes, I do.
What kind of pet do you have?
Can you guess?
Do you have a pet dog?
No, I do not have a pet dog.
Do you have a pet cat?
No, I do not have a pet cat.
Do you have a pet fish?
No, I do not have a pet fish.
What kind of pet do you have?
I have a pet iguana.
Where did you get it?
From the pet shop.
How long have you had it?
About 4 years.
Wow. What is your iguana's name?
His name is Winnie.
What does Winnie do?
Winnie doesn't do very much. He's quite lazy.
What does Winnie eat?
Winnie's a vegetarian. Winnie eats vegetables. What kind of foods do you like?
I like all kinds of foods.
Really? Can you eat spicy food?
I love spicy food. The hotter, the better.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have one sister.
Who is older, you or your sister?
My sister is older than me.
Do you get along with your sister?
Yes, we get along okay.
How about your parents?
My father died many years ago.
What does your mother do?
She teaches at a university.
What does she teach?
She teaches psychology.
Do you study?
Yes, I study at the university.
What subject do you study?
I am studying marketing.
When will you graduate?
I will graduate next semester.
Will you continue to study for your master's degree?
No, not yet.
What will you do after you graduate?
I'm not sure yet. It depends.
Depends on what?
It depends on what kinds of job offers I get.
What do you mean?
Well, if I get a job that provides opportunity, I will take it.
What other jobs have you applied for?
Oh, I've made many applications to all kinds of companies.
What kinds of companies did you apply to?
Hotels, factories, import companies.
What if you get a job far away from home?
I would rather stay close to my family.
What will you do if you cannot find a job?
If I cannot find a job, I will stay in school and study for a master's degree.
A master's degree in what faculty?
I'm not sure yet. I'll have to think about it.
Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, I have several.
Please, tell me more about your hobbies.
Well, I do like to collect things.
What do you like to collect?
I like to collect stamps.
Where do you collect stamps from?
I collect stamps from all over the world.
Why do you do that?
Because eventually I hope to have a stamp from every country.
Why do you want all of those stamps?
I think it's because I won't be able to go to those countries myself.
What is another hobby of yours?
I collect beer.
You collect beer?
Well, actually I collect beer cans.
Where do you get the cans from?
From every place that I travel to.
Do you drink the beer?
Nah, I'm not a beer drinker. What are your hobbies?
Well, I like to read a lot.
What do you read about?
I like to read about bestsellers, and I like to read a lot about science too.
What kind of science do you read about?
A variety of topics, but I especially like to read about nature and about electronics.
Why do you like to read so much?
Well, I think it helps me exercise my brain.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Anything is fine.
You want to play some sports?
No, I don't want to play any sports.
Where would you like to eat? I heard about this new Japanese restaurant down at the mall.
Is it expensive?
It's not too expensive, but it's not cheap.
Which sport has air conditioning?
Bowling!
Would you like some coffee or tea while you're waiting?
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Which would you prefer, coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee, please.
And how would you like your coffee?
2 sugars and some milk. Do you use fresh ground coffee?
No, we don't. We use instant coffee. Nescafe, I think.
What kind of tea do you have?
We have Earl Grey, green tea, or Lipton.
Green tea is Chinese, is it not?
Yes. Would you like that iced or hot?
Iced sounds nice.
Would you like a cookie?
No, thank you.
How about an apple?
Yes, I'd like an apple.
Have you ever traveled abroad?
Yes, I have. In fact, I was born abroad.
Where were you born?
I was born in Japan.
Do you speak Japanese?
No, I don't. I left when I was young.
How old were you?
I was 9.
And you do not speak Japanese?
No, I was 9 months old.
What other countries have you been to?
I went to Mexico.
How was that?
It was great.
What did you like the best?
Well, the ruins were interesting.
Anything else you liked?
The beaches were nice.
Where else have you been?
I lived in London for 1 year.
How was that?
I was only 8 years old.
What were you doing there?
I went there with my mother. She was working there.
Of all the countries you've been to, which is your favorite country?
Thailand.
Why do you like Thailand?
I love Thailand because the food is delicious and the people are very friendly. Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to buy a washing machine.
Which brand would you like?
I don't care so much about brands.
So, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a good price and good function.
What size washer do you need?
What do you mean by what size washer? Do you have a medium size?
Sure. Medium size is 6 kilos.
What's the difference between 1 bin and 2 bin?
Well, with a 2-bin washer, you have to move the clothes to the spinner yourself.
And the 1 bin?
Oh, it does it automatically. It's a 2-in-1 spin bin.
I understand. Which one cleans better?
They clean the same.
And do the washers cost the same?
Well, the 1-bin washer is more expensive, but it's simple to use.
What is the fuzzy logic?
Fuzzy logic is a special function. It makes using the washer easier.
How does the function work?
Well, you put in your clothes, you put in the soap, and the washer does the rest. What happened?
During the weekend, my house was robbed.
What do you mean?
I mean, I was not there, and someone came and took everything from my house.
Someone took everything from your house?
Yes, I think so.
Did they break anything?
Yes, they broke a window to get in.
Did they take your television?
Yes, they took the television.
Did they take the DVD player?
Yes, they took the DVD player.
Did they take your laptop?
Yes, they took the laptop.
Did they take your clothes?
Yes, No, they did not take my clothes. Do you really think my clothes are old-fashioned?
Yes, I do. They're very old. Did you tell the police that your house was robbed?
Yes, I told the police.
What did they say?
They didn't say much. They just took a report.
Hi, is this Tina?
Yes, it is.
Do you remember me?
I'm sorry, I do not remember you.
Did you come into the CS computer shop today?
I went to many shops today. Where is yours?
Our shop is located at the Galaxy Mall.
Which floor is your shop on?
CS Computer is on the 3rd floor.
What is your name again?
My name is Alex Willis of CS Computer. Do you remember coming into our shop and asking about a catalog for computer games?
Yes, I remember asking for the catalog. You could not find it. But you have it now?
Yes, I have the catalog. Would you like for me to keep it here at the shop for you?
No, I'm not free to go down there anytime soon.
Can I send you the catalog?
That would be wonderful.
May I have your address, please?
It's 2307 T Street, Sacramento, California, 95610.
How are you?
I'm terrible. I have a headache.
What gives you the headache?
There are so many reasons.
What is wrong at work?
It's my boss. He always scolds me.
Why does your boss scold you?
He says I'm lazy and I take too many breaks.
Well, do you take too many breaks?
I don't think so.
Well, why don't you ignore your boss?
I can't ignore him. He's my boss.
What else gives you a headache?
My coworkers. My coworkers give me a headache.
Why do your coworkers give you a headache?
Because they're always gossiping.
Do they gossip about you?
Probably, but not to my face.
What else gives you a headache?
Driving. Driving gives me a headache.
Why does driving give you a headache?
Well, there's always traffic jams, and there's no place to park.
Why don't you take a bus to work?
It's too crowded, and there's never a seat.
What can you do to get rid of your headache?
Easy. I come home, and I see you. Are you excited to go to the party?
Yes, I am very excited about the party.
Do you think we should bring something with us?
Yes, I think we should bring a gift or something. What about bringing flowers?
But the flower shop is so far away.
What about bringing food?
Well, we don't have to bring food because there's going to be a buffet at the party.
What about bringing my music CD collection?
Bringing your music CD collection is a good idea, but they're going to have a DJ at the party.
What about bringing some playing cards?
You don't have to bring playing cards because there's going to be a mini casino at the party.
Are you Jane?
Yes, I'm Jane. Can I go up?
Yes, Mr. Smith is waiting for you on the 5th floor.
Are you ready to start work?
Yes, I am.
Is there a telephone intercom system?
Yes, there is.
And is it easy to use?
Yes, it was very easy to use.
How many people are working in the marketing and sales department?
There are about 20 people who work in the department.
What do you like to eat for breakfast?
I like a large breakfast.
What do you recommend for breakfast?
The pancakes are good. Do you like eggs?
Yes, I like eggs.
You could have some scrambled eggs with toast.
Ooh, or sunny side up eggs. Yummy.
So, do you know what you want to get?
Yes, I do. And thank you for your recommendations.
So, what will you get?
A hamburger. Are you full?
I'm very full. What are we doing today?
Let's go see a movie.
Would you guys like to pay together or separate?
Oh my God. I forgot my money.
Who's your friend?
Oh, this is Bob. We went to school together. Bob, this is Juanita. Juanita, is my aunt here?
No, she isn't. She should be in around 10. Here's some menus. Can I get you anything to drink?
I'll have coffee, please.
Okay, would you like sugar and milk?
I like my coffee black.
Could you just hold the line a moment whilst I get my pen and paper ready?
Certainly, no problem.
Could I have your name, please?
My name is Edward Brown. B-R-O-W-N.
And what is your company name?
I'm calling from the Brown Sugar Company.
Have you been using our products for a long time?
Yes, I have. I've been a customer for 5 years now.
Could you tell me what is the problem?
Recently, the problem has been damaged product packaging.
Could you be more specific, please?
Yes, when you send me the product, the packaging around it is damaged.
Is it also damaged inside?
Yes, it is sometimes.
Is this the first time you have called to complain?
Yes, it is.
Are there any other problems?
Yes, occasionally the delivery arrives a day late.
Does this happen often?
Yes, it has happened often.
So, John, what did you want to talk about?
Well, it's about the new prices that you charge.
What about my prices? Is there a problem?
Well, yes, they are far too high.
How long have we done business together?
15 years, and I have been a good customer.
Is this your first meeting with us?
Yes, it is. Have you met Kevin yet?
No, I don't think so.
So, what's on the agenda for today?
Usually, we'll discuss customer complaints and then possible solutions.
Jane, do you have any?
Well, I did get a call from an upset customer.
What did he say?
He complained that the packages were sometimes damaged.
Anything else?
Well, he said that the deliveries were sometimes late as well.
Jane, could you give me the customer's information, please?
Yes, Mr. Brown from the Brown Sugar Company.
Jane, do you have any ideas about how we can improve the office? Don't be shy. We want to hear your ideas.
Good morning. Is Albert there?
This is Al.
What are you doing?
Bob, I'm sleeping.
Hey, are you free today?
Well, today is Saturday. Yeah, I'm free.
Would you like to do something together today?
That sounds good. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Would you call Mr. Johnson for me, please?
Certainly, I will, straight away. Would you like me to schedule a meeting with him?
Yes.
What day?
Next Monday.
What time?
10 a.m.
Where? Our office or theirs?
I think theirs would be better.
What should I tell him the meeting is about?
It is about our new pricing strategy. Is everything set up?
Yes, everything is set up.
Were there any problems?
No, there weren't any problems.
Good. I need you to take notes at the meeting, okay?
No problem. I enjoy note-taking.
Do you have an appointment?
Yes, 10 a.m. Which floor?
Please take the lift to the 4th floor.
How have you been? I've been busy.
Can I offer anyone some coffee or tea?
I would like some tea, please.
Coffee, please. For you, Mr. Johnson?
Coffee, please. So, David, should we get down to business?
Yes, let's get to work. What were your favorite topics at university?
My favorite topics were letter writing, dictation, and filing study.
What do you think are your strengths?
I have good patience and English language skills.
Are you computer literate?
Yes, I can use Windows and Excel.
Can you type?
Yes, 50 words per minute.
Are you familiar with the Internet?
Yes, I am familiar with the Internet. I like surfing in my free time.
What is your favorite website?
My favorite website is www.bbc.com.
Can you work with larger groups of people?
Yes, I enjoy working in a large team.
Do you mind working on weekends?
No, I don't mind working on weekends.
When would you like to start working?
As soon as possible.
What do you like to have for breakfast?
I usually like to have an omelet. Would you like toast?
Toast. Toast sounds good. Yes, 3 pieces of toast. Do you have any fresh fruit?
Yes, today we have fruit salad. How about you, Bob? What would you like to eat?
I would like hamburger and ice cream.
Excuse me?
I would like hamburger and ice cream, please.
A hamburger and ice cream for breakfast? Are you crazy?
What kind of ice cream do you have?
Let's see, we have chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry.
Would you like more responsibility?
I could handle more responsibility.
And what have you learned in your time here?
I've learned how to handle difficult customers.
Would you like a better salary?
Yes, I would.
How long have you been working here for?
6 months. Can I take it next month?
Maybe. First, you need to fill out an application form.
When will I know when I can go on holiday?
Hand the form back to me today, and you should know within 2 days.
Where to?
Japan.
And what do you need me to do?
I need you to organize my trip.
What date do you want?
Next Friday, the 13th.
And which city are you visiting?
Osaka.
And for how many days will you be there?
7 days.
Is there a budget for your flight and accommodation?
Yes. Call our travel agents. They will fix everything.
Hello, is that Star Travel?
Yes, it is. How can I help you?
I need to make a booking for Mr. Smith.
Can you give me the trip details, please?
Yes, he would like to go to Osaka, Japan for 1 week, leaving next Friday the 13th.
Did you call the travel agent yet?
Yes, done that.
Did you book the airport limousine?
No, not yet.
Did you arrange the foreign currency for him yet?
No.
Do you even know what to do? No. Where do I get the cash? Well, you'll need to fill out a memo, and I will issue you the money.
Can you give me some money too?
Ha ha, very funny. Are you going on a trip as well?
No.
So Jane, do you enjoy working here?
Yes, I do enjoy working here.
But what do you like about the place?
I think the people here are really nice.
Are we all still going out for dinner tonight? Yes, I think so.
What do you have to do?
I have a lot of filing to do, and I have to send some faxes.
So Jane, where did you work before?
I used to work at the Asia Finance Bank.
What was it like there?
The people were nice, but I didn't really like the job.
Is it true they pay high wages?
Yes, they pay very well there.
What was the name of the recruiting manager there?
I think it was Dan.
Do you still have the number?
Yes. If you help me with the filing, I'll give you the number. What time is everyone going for dinner tonight?
We usually leave the office around 7:30.
Do you think I fit in well?
You are very popular in the office.
Are you free now?
Yes, I am.
Will you come to my office now, please?
Yes, David. I'll be there in a moment.
So, Jane, how are you settling in?
Everything seems to be fine.
Have you got everything you need?
No, not yet. I need to go to the stationery department. Will she also show me around the office?
Yes, of course she will. Have you read and signed your contract yet?
Yes, I have. Here it is.
Do you understand the terms and conditions?
Yes, I think so. How long does the probation period last?
The probation period lasts for 3 months.
And then what happens?
What happens is that I will review your performance.
Can you tell me what parts of my performance you will look at?
Yes, I will look at your punctuality, work performance, and your relations with me.
What happens if I do not pass my probation?
If you do not pass, then you will need to find another job.
Do I get a second chance here?
No, I'm sorry. You do not get a second chance here.
And what is the yearly evaluation?
Every year, I will evaluate your performance.
And then what?
Then, I will decide whether or not you deserve a pay raise.
Does the company also provide medical insurance?
Yes, we do.
What kind of insurance is it?
It is fully comprehensive.
Do I get automatic cover?
Yes, you do get automatic cover.
How much holiday time am I allowed?
You are allowed 2 weeks every year.
Can I take it any time?
Yes, you can take it any time.
You want to know how I got it? It all started with an interview.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Jane.
Hi, Jane. And who are you seeing?
Mr. Smith, the sales and marketing.
Have you been waiting long?
No, I just arrived.
When did you graduate from university?
I graduated 6 months ago.
What faculty were you in?
I was in the Faculty of Secretarial Studies.
Did you enjoy studying?
I did enjoy studying, but I wanted to start work as soon as possible. Would you like to see my resume?
Yes, please. Could you tell me where was your last job?
Certainly. I was working at the Asia Finance Bank.
And why did you leave that job?
Because I was looking for more of a challenge.
Any other reasons?
Also, it was far from home.
So, Jane, are you ready to go on an office tour?
Oh, yes, I can't wait. What do you do, Joe?
I'm a delivery manager.
What happened to her?
Nothing happened to her. Don't worry. They're only joking.
How far is it?
About 30 minutes if the traffic's okay. Would you like a coffee first?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Can I help you with your bags?
No, it's okay, thanks.
Can you spell that, please?
R-Y-D-E-R.
For 5 nights.
Yes, that's right.
Can I have your passport, please?
Just a moment. Here you are.
Can you sign here, please? Do you want a smoking or non-smoking room?
Non-smoking, please.
Do you need help with your bag?
No, it's okay, thanks.
Where are you from in the United States, Mark?
The West Coast, San Francisco.
Is it nice?
Oh yeah, it's a great city. Are you from London?
No, I'm from Cambridge. How much is that t-shirt?
It's $15.60.
Sorry, how much did you say?
$15.60.
And how much are those mugs?
The big mugs are $10.25 and the small ones are $8.75.
Do you have birthday cards?
Sorry, we've only got postcards.
Excuse me, where's King Street, please?
Sorry, I don't know.
Excuse me, is King Street near here?
It's near here, but I don't know exactly where, sorry.
Excuse me, can you tell me the way to King Street?
Yes, go straight on, go past the church and then turn left at the traffic lights, and then I think it's the second on the right.
Sorry, could you say that again, please?
Yes, go straight on, go past the church and then turn left at the traffic lights, and then I think it's the second on the right.
Smoking or non-smoking?
Non-smoking, please.
Are you ready to order?
Yes, I'd like the onion soup and then the steak, please. Would you like some wine?
No thanks, just mineral water for me.
How was the pasta?
It was delicious.
Would you like a dessert?
Yes, please.
Do you want to come to California next month? There's a big conference. I'm going to be there.
Which room is it?
Room 425.
Did you have anything from the minibar last night?
Yes, a mineral water.
How would you like to pay?
American Express.
Would you like me to call a taxi for you?
No, thanks.
Do you need any help with your luggage?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
How long will you be staying?
2 weeks.
Are you here on business?
Mainly business.
Do you need a hire car?
No, thank you.
And will you need a map of the city?
Maybe later.
Will you want a newspaper in the morning?
No, thank you.
And how will you be paying, Ms. Lee?
Credit card. What time is it, please?
It's 5 o'clock.
And what time do you serve dinner?
The restaurant opens in an hour and dinner is served between 6 and 9 p.m.
And breakfast?
Breakfast is served between 7 and 9:30 a.m, ma'am.
How tall is he?
About 175 centimetres.
And does he speak English?
Yes, he speaks English and Chinese.
Where are you from?
I come from Singapore. I'm Singaporean.
And how old are you?
I'm 25.
What do you do?
I import wine. I'm a businesswoman. I work in my family's business.
Are you married?
No, I'm single.
And do you have a boyfriend?
Pardon?
So what happened?
My parents agreed. They let him come to Australia to study.
Where did he go?
He came here, to Adelaide. He studied computer science. We thought he was happy.
And then what happened?
I don't know. He wrote every week and then the letters stopped.
Do you know where he lived?
He stayed with an Australian family who was a boarder. Here's the address.
Did you phone them?
Yes, of course.
Does he have a mobile phone?
I don't know. He did, but he doesn't answer it now.
So, are you enjoying the city?
It's very nice.
What are you going to do tomorrow?
I don't know. I'll probably stay in the hotel and relax.
Why don't you come to lunch with us at home?
Oh, thank you, but you have your family. What time?
We eat at about 1 o'clock, so about 12:30.
So, Anne, have you been to an Australian home before?
No, never. It's a beautiful home, Sarah.
Do you live in a house?
No, Steve. She lives in an igloo.
What about you, Steve? Do you like to travel?
Yes. Yeah, I've been to Kuala Lumpur and to Bali. Bali's great.
Anne, what's the matter?
There's something I haven't told you.
What is it?
When I met your brother, I was thinking about my brother David. I haven't seen him for 2 years. How come? He's missing. Have you had any luck? Not yet. Do you think you'll find him? Perhaps. I don't know. It's been a long time since David last called. What do you think's happened to him? Have you any idea? I really don't know. I can't help thinking the worst. Can I help you find your brother? You're very kind. It's not your problem. Does he play a lot of sport? No, he used to. What does he do? Is he a student? He's not really academic. He's clever, but he prefers to do things with his hands.
Good morning. Are you feeling better today?
Yes, thank you.
What's on the agenda?
I'm thinking about this trip to the wineries. I want to meet your main suppliers and talk to them about the market.
What about the day after tomorrow?
Yes, that's good. It's Monday today, so that will be Wednesday. What date is that?
The 5th of November.
Okay. What time shall we meet?
I'll pick you up at 9 o'clock.
How many wineries do you think we'll be able to see?
I'm not sure. 4 or 5. Definitely our biggest suppliers, and maybe a few surprises.
Hi, what are you doing?
Oh, working.
I'm planning a trip to the wineries later in the week.
Ah, when are you going?
Wednesday.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Nothing?
What do you want to do first?
I really want to hold a koala. Is there a koala here? What should we do first?
Well, the kangaroos are just over there, and I think the birds are next. And next, what do you do every day?
Well, I work in my father's business importing wines. I live with my family.
How do you get to work? Do you catch a bus?
Usually. Sometimes I go with my father in his car. What about you? What do you do?
I'm a builder. I build houses.
And how do you get to work?
I drive. I have to use my car for work, so I never go by bus.
Do you enjoy it, your work?
Mostly. It's not easy being a builder, but it's outside. I prefer to work outside. What do you do on the weekends?
Sometimes I go shopping. Sometimes I go out.
Where do you go? Nightclub?
Not really. Occasionally.
Who do you go with?
A bunch of friends.
Boyfriend?
Not at the moment. Have you found my brother?
Not yet. No. Not quite.
What did he say? Does he know what happened?
Well, no, not exactly.
When did he stop?
About a year ago. He didn't tell anyone, but he left a letter with the professor.
How long did he study here?
I'm not sure. 2 semesters.
Did he get good grades?
I'm afraid not. I don't think computer science was the right direction for him.
Should I tell my parents about the letter?
Your poor parents. They must be so worried. I think you should tell them what you know.
What if I can't find him?
Have faith. I'm sure you will. You know your brother. You'll find him. I'll show you out.
Why don't you try the Chardonnay first? It's our best-selling wine.
Very pale, isn't it?
A lot of our customers are finding it very attractive.
What have we got here?
This is our Cabernet Sauvignon. It's very popular.
What's your best red?
This one, our Shiraz. And we think it's world class.
What vintage is this?
It's 3 years old now. It'll drink well for years yet, but you can drink it right now too.
And what's the price?
Well, it's our most expensive wine at $50 retail.
When was this?
Just yesterday.
How long since you've seen him?
Nearly 2 years.
Are you sure you'd recognize him now?
Of course. He's my brother.
Can you describe it?
It's an old-fashioned watch, an Omega. It was our grandfather's.
What's the band made of?
Silver. And the watch has an inscription. It says, "To my son, Norman."
What's it like?
It's made of tortoiseshell. It's a disc with a design. When do you get them? Usually at night, but sometimes in the morning too. And have you been taking anything for them? No. Are you working too hard? Not really. I'm over here from Singapore buying wines. What can I do?
Try to relax and get some rest. Do you prefer Western or Chinese medicine?
I prefer Chinese medicine.
You feeling better now?
Yes. The doctor said I should relax.
Oh, why don't you sit down? Let me cook.
No, I enjoy cooking. It is relaxing for me.
Oh, what do you need?
I need a sharp knife.
Large or small?
Big enough to hold these prawns.
How about this one?
No, that's too big. I don't need one as big as that.
This one?
That's perfect.
What are we having?
Singapore noodles with prawns.
Oh.
It's a very famous dish. You can buy it at street stalls everywhere. I hope you like it.
So, what do we do first?
First we have to peel the prawns.
How long since you've seen him?
2 years?
What's going on?
Steve says he knows my brother. What am I going to say to him?
It'll be fine. He's your brother.
So, he's going to knock.
I guess I will. So nervous. Why didn't you tell me you were a father?
I think I'd like to know that too.
What happened? Why did you stop writing?
I started my course at university. It was very difficult. Computer science isn't for me.
Did you fail your exams?
Yes, I let everyone down. I just wanted to die. Dad must be so angry.
How did you?
I went home and applied for it.
You mean you went back to Singapore?
Yes, I was too ashamed to see anyone.
Don't you think I want to meet your parents?
Rosie's right, David. Mum and Dad so much want to be grandparents.
Can you forgive me? Yeah. Okay, alright. I love you too.
Do you realize how wrong you've been?
Yes, I...
How could you do this to us?
I'm sorry for causing you so much worry, Dad.
What have you been doing all this time?
I've been working. I work at the market.
I'm going to be a partner in the business soon.
Did you say you were married?
Not exactly.
I have a partner.
Well, what did they say?
My mother said she was glad that I'm okay.
What about Dad? What did he say?
He said he was very angry, but that he forgives me. He told me that he loves me.
Did he say anything else?
Yes. He asked me to go home. He said they want to see us.
All of us?
Yes. They want to meet you. And Sam. They asked us to go to Singapore.
What about me? Can I come too?
You're not family, Steve.
Do you think they'll like me?
Of course they'll like you. I like you. They'll like you.